Hi, it's Dr. Sasheen. So I posted today about the rat race, the never ending feeling like you have to pick the path of least resistance because the only paths available are paths full of resistance. And I want to tell you that that is a narrative that you don't actually have to live. Now, Western society and industrialized societies in general are built on the back of capitalism and consumerism. And that is built on a working class. So we have been conditioned to go to school, get a degree, and figure out which widget we're going to produce so that we can continue to engage in the capitalistic society. I'm not anti-money. I like money. I like money that is proportionate to the labor that I put out for it, though. And so many of us are wrapped in a cycle of labor for little money that doesn't allow us to actually have a great life. But there are a group of people who have figured out that you can have a great life, a really wonderful life, if you uncouple that narrative. If you say, I don't actually need to be picking the path of least resistance. What I need to be picking is the path of no resistance for me, the one that allows me to live on the schedule that I need to live on for my health. How many of us is the rat race killing? The one that allows me to have money left over to do things and not just survive. And this is a generational problem, right? The amount of time that we spend socializing the next generations into just becoming another part of the rat race, we could spend envisioning a reality, envisioning a society, a culture, a community that doesn't value capitalism and consumerism over our health and well-being. But you know what? That doesn't generally happen in late stage capitalism. It doesn't happen at all. And it doesn't generally happen as well in westernized countries, though it can. I'm not telling you that you need to go to some place where you feel like you can't have a good quality of life. I am asking you, which part of the path of least resistance or the path of complete resistance, least resistance or complete resistance, which one of those paths has served you? The answer is probably neither one of them. So since they're not serving you and they don't appear to be getting any better, in fact, they seem they're going to get worse, isn't it okay to start thinking that perhaps a path of no resistance could be in your future? A path where the days are not predicated upon how much you consumed or how much you worked the day before. When I lived on a little island, I got a taste, just a very small one though, of what it's like to be in the grip of capitalism as your overlord and to not be able to make decisions about your autonomy and your agency because you are in the machine and a part of the machine. That's because I was in a U.S. territory. When I talk to my friends who live in sovereign nations, their experiences are vastly different because the nation itself is different. And so I put out the video, 106,000 reasons why it's time for you to leave. You only need one, and that is the one staring at you today, back from the mirror. The one that's saying, what is it worth to you to be able to live a path of no resistance versus a one where you have to resist something just to survive? It's the question. I want you to think about it. It's Dr. Sasheen. Click like, subscribe, and please share. Until next time, bye.